Welcome back. We continue with Daily Roundup. Now, this evening, we turn our attention to the upcoming Africa Copyright and Collective Management Day, an important occasion that highlights the role of intellectual property. Now, protecting and empowering creators, Namibia through NASCAM in partnership with BIPA is joining the continent-wide conversation to raise awareness on copyright, royalties, and the value of intellectual property in the digital age. Joining us today is Mr. Albert Nicanor, CEO of NASCAM, to share insights on why this day matters and how it impacts both creators and the public. Welcome to the Daily Roundup, Mr. Nicanor.
Thank you.
Just to start off, could you briefly just explain the significance of Africa Copyright and Collective Management Day and why it is important for Namibia to be part of this continental initiative?
Yeah, thank you. The importance of copyright in general is just really to make sure that the creatives who create this copyrighted material is respected by the users. And Namibia is not different, you know. Namibia have a Copyright Act since 1994, meaning that this right has been since 1994 been in the space for those who use the music. So what I think the important part is that to recognize the government's commitment towards the recognizing the creative sector in general, and to make sure that it is given a place in society as a contributor to the economy. We remember when the Honorable, or Her Excellency the President, made a statement, a maiden speech in Parliament. She wanted to make sure that creatives are recognized. And we are here today to celebrate this day with that in our background, to understand, to say, all right, this is no more just an issue of, it's a concept in the law, but it is a reality that the creatives, the people who create music, are recognized. And we want to bring visibility to this day, to those creators, in terms of making sure that their work is recognized, you know, and their contribution is also recognized to the society. Yes.
So I understand that NASCAM that is about 9,500 Namibian right holders. What does this day mean for them, and how is NASCAM just ensuring their work is protected in this digital era?
Yeah, I think it's for them really, for the creators, it's a call. It's a call to action to government to do more. It's also for them to remember that what I've just said earlier is not just they are operating in a legal framework, but it's a reality. A reality in the sense that institutions like BIPA and NASCAM are mandated and actively working to bring visibility to the creators' rights, and that they are protected and that they are remunerated fairly in whatever they are doing. We want to bring visibility through the launch of a copyright perception survey to the community in Namibia. So the survey is not just really to gauge, bring awareness, for instance, to the rights holders' works, but it's also to strengthen or to demonstrate as BIPA and NASCAM as partners, to demonstrate our determination that we are credible advocates for creators' rights in Namibia.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yesterday at the memorial of the late Rashiyama in remembrance concert, the vice chairperson of NASCAM called for Namibians to play their part. And here we are talking about that licensing obligations. Maybe just why is it important for users to comply, and how does it benefit artists directly? Because when they play their part, of course, artists benefit in the process.
I think the best way to call for businesses to comply. It's just like music is like any other commodity or service that is being consumed by users, you know. You look at commodities or fast-moving consumer goods like a tomato or a cell phone or whatever. Those are things that are consumed on a daily basis. And you will not just walk or go to a farmer who produces tomatoes and say, hey, give me your tomatoes. now there is a good harvest, they will ask you, pay for it. It's the same. The reason why a farmer for tomato will ask you to pay is because he has spent time, effort, skills, and resources in producing that tomato. And it's the same that applies to also to creators of music. They have inputs, which is skills, innovation, and whatever resources they have put in to come up with that piece of music. And I think it's important to understand also, to bring understanding to businesses that this music, when it's consumed in their settings, in their businesses, it's not just background noise. It creates some sort of ambience. If you have to juxtapose a shop or a club that doesn't play music, for instance, it's deafening silent, and then you juxtapose it to a club that plays music, lively music, there is energy there, you know, and that club is making money out of that music. So it's a business model, and therefore we ask the businesses and say, if music is part of your business model, you have to fairly compensate those or things that are contributing towards your profits or sales. And if music is one of it, then you have to get a license to be able to use music to get paid, to pay for royalties. Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you face when it comes to collecting royalties? I know some years back, there were penalties, there is still penalties in place, I understand, but how do you implement them? Are people still being punished if they disobey or the laws that are in place in terms of collection of royalties, or when you play music of artists without getting a license for it?
I think our biggest challenge is compliance, awareness and understanding of users, also amongst the creators themselves, to understand what is copyright, and users to respect the rights of music creators. Offenses in terms of the act is clear, but maybe here I can just highlight some of the things that is not comparable to the offenses in other penalties in terms of offenses. For instance, if you look at the Livestock Act or whatever other act, it has heavy penalties, you know, compared to offense for copyright, which is a property as well. It's not considered that much, you know. So there is a disparity to say maybe legislators did not understand the value of copyright then, but now there is visibility that copyright is an asset just like any other asset that must be protected. And we, as NASCAM, unfortunately, we do not have the powers in terms of the current act to just go out and act as inspectors that can confiscate equipment or goods that are used in the violation of copyright. We rely on the police, for instance, to go to those sites and make sure that they help us. If there is an offense, then we ask the police to act and to confiscate equipment that is being used in the violation of copyright. Yes. So
you said the policies that are in place right now. Now, is there perhaps the bill that is being tabled? Is it tackling some of those issues?
The bill is tackling some of those issues. It makes provision for inspectors. Okay. And I think the bill makes it easier in terms of of how to enforce as compared to now, you know. Yes. Okay.
Just to our next question, what key activities is NASCAM having lined up just to mark this year's commemoration?
What we have lined up, starting tomorrow, it will be the launch of a copyright perception survey. With this survey, we want to gauge the Namibians' views on copyright, how they view copyright, you know, so that we can come up with proper messaging, campaigns on how to create awareness for different sectors in the community, in the nation, because it's important. These ongoing efforts, you know, we have to change mindsets of people who are not paying, and we also have to change culture of non-compliance. So it's an issue that it has to be ongoing. We cannot just do it once. So it's important that we continue bringing visibility to the issue of copyright so that the creators' contribution to the economy can be recognized.
Indeed. What message do you have for artists in terms of them just protecting their work?
I think for artists, they must also evolve in terms of making music. We have moved away from from CDs, creating CDs. We are now in the digital era where music is consumed online, not just only on radios, you know. In the past, yes, radios was there. People consume music a lot there, you know, but now we have moved. So they must evolve with the times to make sure that they expand how they generate their revenue. More importantly, they must treat their music as a business. It's not just a hobby. It's a business, you know. The whole value chain of music, it's a business. They must understand that, and there is a value in it. Yes, and I think just for a word to our businesses as well, those who are using music on a daily basis, you know, that music, that song they use, they must understand there was somebody who spent money and effort in that, and they need to respect that and to make their contribution by paying their license fees, so that we can in turn pay the creators who have created that. Yes. Okay.
Just in what ways does this push to fight that is piracy and also unfair use of music?
You repeat that again?
How does it help fight, you know, the advice that you just gave to the artists? Perhaps just how does it push to fight against piracy and unfair use of music?
Yes, I think when it comes to unfair piracy, let me just call it stealing, because it's really basically just stealing. You know, the thing is, I've just alluded to the fact that they must look at it, creators must look at their music they are creating as a business. Now, there are certain things that they need to do as businesses to make sure that there is, you know, what we call digital embedded security in their music, for instance. When music is now consumed online, without those protection, it's like you're making it easy for anybody to steal. So now the way of making music these days, you must have metadata, making sure that there are also protection embedded in their music. And when people create music without looking at those things, it's like you're just creating music for your village, your neighborhood, you understand? You don't look outside of your Namibian window to understand how are things done elsewhere in the world, you know. So you must do music with that in mind, so that you make sure that the era where we are in now, it is very, very easy to steal music, and you need to put those measures in that protect your work from being stolen.
Of course. Yes. By the end of the Africa Copyright Collective Management Day, what do you aim to achieve?
Well, the aim we want to achieve is that we have a nation that better understand, a nation that respect, you know, copyright better by complying with the Copyright Act, and also creators who understand their rights, their copyright, you know. Because look at the issue, like I always draw example from our own creators, which is Mega with the hit song Pekevene. That is really a practical example to show that the level of education or knowledge about our creators in terms of copyright understanding is very, very, very far. They don't understand very well. So it was just an issue of, do you understand that you need to register your works before you can even air or put it out there? They need to understand those things first, so that they can protect themselves better.
Is artists welcome to attend this day, and also maybe just some information on where it will take place, times and all of that?
Yes, this is a launch. It will be done online. There will be on both our partner BIPA and NASCAM's website, there will be a QR code where, even in the print media, where they can just scan and participate in the survey. It's very important for us to have this understanding of the view of copyright, because at the end of the day, even when we engage with government, this will show us, will show government the level of support they can provide to the industry as well. So yes, the survey will be launched tomorrow. The nation can just watch on our Facebook page, our social media pages, and also their website. together with BIPA's website as well.
Okay. And the media is welcome to cover?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on Daily Roundup this evening.
It's my pleasure.
All right. That was the CEO of NASCAM, Mr. Albert Nicanor, just giving us a brief on the upcoming Africa Copyright and Collective Management Day. Daily Roundup will continue.